Deception. Dr. Elena Santos stood at her observatory desk, staring at data readings that defied everything she thought she knew about the solar system. The quantum fluctuation patterns around Jupiter's moon Europa weren't natural. They couldn't be. After 15 years of studying deep space phenomena, she recognized artificial signatures when she saw them. "Director Chen, you need to see this," she called out, her voice steady despite her racing heart. The head of the Quantum Astronomy Division appeared at her shoulder, his usually impassive face creasing with concern as he studied the readings. "How long have these signatures been active?" he asked, adjusting his glasses. "That's the thing," Elena replied, pulling up historical data. "They've always been there. We just couldn't see them until the quantum telescope came online last week. Whatever this is, it's been watching us for decades, maybe centuries." The discovery sent shockwaves through Earth's scientific community. Within days, similar signatures were detected near Mars, Venus, and even in Earth's orbit. The truth became undeniable. Humanity wasn't alone, and they were being studied like specimens in a cosmic zoo. Earth's governments mobilized with unprecedented unity. The United Earth Defense Initiative, UEDI, was formed within weeks, combining military resources and scientific expertise from every nation. Dr. Santos found herself appointed as head of the First Contact Analysis Team, tasked with understanding the hidden watchers. The breakthrough came 3 months later. Elena's team discovered a way to detect the quantum signatures of the observation post's communication networks. What they found was staggering. Not one alien civilization, but 5 different species had been monitoring Earth, each believing they were the only observers. "It's like a cosmic version of nature photographers," Elena explained to the UEDI Council, all hiding in different blinds, photographing the same wildlife, none aware of the others. The council chamber held representatives from every major nation, their faces illuminated by holographic displays of the alien observation posts. Admiral Sarah Chen, no relation to Elena's former director, leaned forward. "Can we contact them?" Elena smiled. "Better. We can listen in. Their quantum communications are sophisticated, but they never expected us to develop quantum detection technology so quickly. They're not encrypting their transmissions." The intelligence gathered over the next few weeks painted a fascinating picture. The 5 civilizations, the crystalline Arxa, the gaseous Xanthi, the silicon-based Merians, the energy beings called the Collective, and the biotechnological Vectari, were all part of a loose alliance called the Galactic Observation Council. Earth was classified as a pre-emergence civilization, expected to achieve faster-than-light travel within the next century. But humanity had an advantage none of the watching civilizations suspected. The quantum detection technology that revealed their presence was just the beginning. Human consciousness itself had unique properties that interacted with quantum fields in ways the alien species couldn't comprehend or replicate. Elena made the discovery while studying the alien communications. Human brains could naturally process quantum information in ways that the most advanced alien computers couldn't match. It explained why Earth's quantum technology had developed so rapidly. Humans were unconsciously tapping into fundamental properties of the universe that other species needed massive machines to detect. "We have a choice to make," Elena addressed the council 6 months after the initial discovery. "We can reveal that we know about them, or we can use this advantage to prepare." Admiral Chen's response was immediate. "We prepare. If they've been watching us this long without making contact, they have reasons. I want to know what those reasons are before we show our hand." The next year was one of careful advancement. While the alien observers continued their study of an apparently primitive Earth, humanity quietly built its defenses. Quantum-enhanced ships were constructed in underground facilities. Weapons systems were developed that could target the quantum signatures of alien vessels. Most importantly, they began to understand the true extent of human quantum sensitivity. The revelation came during a routine test of the new quantum drives. The test pilot, Captain Maria Reyes, reported experiencing something extraordinary during the flight. She could sense the quantum fields directly, perceiving the fabric of space-time in ways their instruments couldn't measure. Further tests revealed that many humans had this latent ability. It just needed the right conditions to manifest. Elena found herself working closely with Captain Reyes to understand this new aspect of human potential. It's like we've been living in 2 dimensions and suddenly discovered we can perceive depth. Maria explained after another test flight. The aliens' technology is impressive, but they're basically building complex tools to do what we can do naturally. As Earth's first quantum-capable defense fleet neared completion, the alien observers remained oblivious to the dramatic changes taking place beneath their watch. Their reports continued to describe Earth as a developing civilization, decades away from achieving interstellar travel. Then came the day they couldn't hide anymore. A Marian scout ship suffered a critical malfunction and dropped out of its quantum camouflage field, becoming visible in Earth orbit. The alien observers' carefully maintained illusion of isolation was about to shatter. Elena stood in UEDI's command center, watching as the first official first contact scenario unfolded. But unlike the aliens' carefully planned protocols for emerging civilizations, this would be a first contact on humanity's terms. Earth's quantum-enhanced fleet stood ready, hidden in plain sight. "Send the message," Admiral Chen ordered. On every observation posts quantum frequency in perfect replications of each species' communication protocols. Humanity spoke its first words to the galaxy. "Greetings, members of the Galactic Observation Council. We appreciate your long-standing interest in our development. Perhaps it's time we had a proper conversation." The response was immediate. Quantum signatures flaring as hidden observation posts suddenly powered up their systems. The game of hide and seek was over. Now the real diplomacy would begin, and humanity held cards none of the observers knew existed. Elena smiled as she watched the alien observers' frantic communications. They had expected to guide humanity's emergence into galactic society according to their carefully structured protocols. Instead, they would have to deal with a species that had not only discovered them, but had developed capabilities they couldn't understand. The age of humanity's isolation was ending, but not in the way anyone, human or alien, had expected. The Watchers were about to learn that their subjects had evolved beyond their theories and predictions. The galaxy would never be the same. The hidden arsenal. Admiral Chen Wei watched Earth's quantum defense grid shimmer into existence on the command center's holographic display. The network of satellites, ships, and ground installations pulsed with an energy signature that matched human brainwave patterns, a technological breakthrough that had stunned even its creators. "Final calibration complete," reported Dr. Yuki Tanaka, head of the Quantum Integration Division. "The grid is now fully synchronized with our neural patterns. Any human operator can interface directly with the system." The achievement represented humanity's greatest advantage. While alien civilizations relied on artificial quantum computers, Earth's defenders could process quantum information through their enhanced neural networks. It wasn't just faster, it was fundamentally different. "Show me the latest intelligence on Council movements," Chen ordered. The holographic display shifted, revealing the positions of dozens of alien vessels now dropping their stealth fields throughout the solar system. The observers had called for reinforcements, but they still didn't understand what they were dealing with. Captain James Rodriguez, newly promoted to fleet commander, stepped forward. His neural implants glowed faintly as he connected to the defense grid. "The ARXA battle group at Jupiter's L4 point is the most concerning. Their crystalline ships are designed for quantum warfare. They think they have superiority in that domain." "Let them think that," Chen replied, studying the tactical display. "How are the crews adapting to the neural interfaces?" "Better than expected," Rodriguez answered. "It's like we've been speaking this language all our lives and just didn't know it. The quantum field feels natural." Natural was an understatement. In the months since developing the neural interface technology, they'd discovered that human consciousness itself existed partially in quantum space. While alien species had evolved to process reality through classical physics, humans had always been quantum beings. They just hadn't known how to access that part of themselves. The command center's quantum alerts flashed. A delegation from the Galactic Observation Council was approaching Earth, led by the ARXA flagship Crystal Ascendant. Their message was clear. Earth would be evaluated for potential membership in galactic society, following their established protocols. They didn't realize that humanity had already bypassed their carefully structured advancement stages. The quantum defense grid wasn't just a protective shield, it was humanity's first step toward understanding their true potential. Dr. Tanaka's voice carried a hint of excitement as she reported, "The grid is detecting quantum fluctuations from the Council ships. They're scanning us, trying to assess our technology level." "Let them scan," Chen ordered. "They'll see exactly what we want them to see." The defense grid's human operators were already at work, using their quantum-enhanced consciousness to project a false technological signature. To the Council's sensors, Earth would appear to have only recently mastered basic quantum mechanics. Their true capabilities remained hidden behind a veil of human thought. Rodriguez's neural implants pulsed as he processed the quantum data streams. The ARXA are taking the lead. Their crystalline technology is impressive, but rigid. They can't adapt quickly to unexpected patterns. That was the key difference. Alien quantum computers followed precise mathematical rules. Human quantum consciousness could improvise, creating solutions that no algorithm could predict. It made their defenses nearly impossible to crack using conventional methods. The Council delegation entered Earth orbit, their ships forming a ceremonial pattern. Chen allowed himself a small smile. The aliens thought they were here to guide humanity's first steps into a larger universe. Instead, they were about to discover just how much they had underestimated their supposed primitives. "Signal from the Crystal Ascendant," announced the communications officer. "They're requesting permission to send a diplomatic party to the surface." Chen nodded to Dr. Tanaka. "Prepare the quantum dampening field at the landing site. Let's not overwhelm our guests too quickly." The landing zone was carefully prepared. Every piece of advanced technology was hidden behind quantum shields that made them appear as simple mechanical devices. The Council representatives would see exactly what they expected: a civilization on the brink of quantum understanding, ready to be guided by their superior knowledge. As the alien shuttle descended through Earth's atmosphere, Chen reflected on how quickly everything had changed. 6 months ago, humanity had discovered they were being watched. Now they stood ready to reshape the galaxy's power structure, armed with capabilities that the Council's species couldn't comprehend. The shuttle landed with precise grace, its crystalline structure refracting sunlight in complex patterns. The diplomatic party emerged, representatives from all 5 Council species. The ARXA led the way, their crystalline forms precise and geometric. Behind them came the gaseous Xanthi in their containment suits, the silicon-based Merians rolling on gravity platforms, the energy beings of the collective contained in quantum bottles, and finally the biotechnological Vectari, their living ships extending sensory tendrils. Remember, Chen transmitted through the neural network to all human personnel, "We're not just protecting Earth anymore. We're protecting our species' right to develop on our own terms. The Council needs to understand that humanity won't be guided or controlled." The quantum defense grid hummed silently, its power hidden from the Council's sensors. Humanity's hidden arsenal wasn't weapons or ships. It was their own evolving consciousness, reaching into quantum realms that their visitors could only theorize about. As Chen stepped forward to greet the alien delegation, he could feel the quantum fields shifting around them. The Council species moved through these fields like blind beings, using technology to compensate for their limited perception. Humans swam in them naturally, their consciousness extending into dimensions that their visitors couldn't imagine. The first words would be crucial. The Council expected a primitive civilization, awed by their advanced technology. Instead, they would meet a species that had already surpassed them in ways they couldn't detect. The real first contact was about to begin, and humanity held all the cards. Chen straightened his uniform and walked forward, his neural implants transmitting his status to every human defender in the system. The message was simple: watch and learn. The galaxy was about to change forever. Diplomatic Gambit. Ambassador Marcus Williams studied the quantum readings from each council representative, their neural signatures telling a story their diplomatic words concealed. The Arxa were agitated, their crystalline forms vibrating at frequencies that betrayed anxiety. The Xanthi's gaseous forms swirled with patterns suggesting internal conflict. Most interesting were the Vectari, whose biotechnological systems pulsed with what humans now recognized as preparation for conflict. Your civilization's advancement is unprecedented, the Arxa High Observer stated, crystal facets refracting light in complex patterns. We must ensure proper protocols are followed. Marcus smiled, knowing that Dr. Santos' quantum sensors were recording every fluctuation in the aliens' quantum fields. Of course, we understand the importance of stability in galactic affairs. The Council delegation had converted the UN Assembly Hall into their temporary chambers, not realizing that every surface now contained quantum-sensitive materials that could read their private communications. As they debated humanity's fate, they remained unaware that their subjects were already steps ahead. We propose the Gradual Integration Program, the Xanthi representative announced, their gaseous form-shifting colors. Earth will receive technological assistance in controlled stages. With respect, Marcus interrupted, Earth would prefer to discuss mutual defense arrangements first. The statement sent quantum ripples through the delegation. Defense arrangements weren't supposed to be on the table for centuries. The collective's energy form pulsed with what humans had learned to recognize as surprise. Defense arrangements are premature. Your civilization has barely mastered basic quantum mechanics. Marcus activated his neural interface, connecting to Earth's hidden quantum network. Through it, he could sense the Council's species limitations, their rigid thinking, their dependence on technology to process quantum information that humans could feel naturally. Perhaps, he suggested, we should demonstrate our current capabilities. With a thought, he activated a small quantum field, causing the air around the delegation to shimmer with patterns that should have been impossible for Earth's supposed level of technology. The effect was immediate. The Vectari's biological systems went into defensive mode, while the Arxa's crystalline forms vibrated with alarm frequencies. Only the collective remained outwardly calm, that energy form pulsing with what might have been curiosity. This is irregular, the Arxa High Observer declared. Your development must follow established patterns. Must it? Marcus let the question hang in the quantum-charged air. Humanity has always followed its own path. We're prepared to join galactic society, but as equals, not as students. The quantum sensors detected a surge of private communications between the council members. They were realizing that their carefully planned protocols for advancing primitive species wouldn't work with humanity. The question was whether they would adapt or resist. Through his neural interface, Marcus received updates from Earth's defense grid. Admiral Chen's forces remained hidden but ready. The Council's ships in orbit still hadn't detected the true extent of Earth's quantum technology, their sensors fooled by human-generated quantum camouflage. There are concerns, the Marians stated, their silicon-based forms shifting uneasily. Uncontrolled advancement could destabilize local space. Marcus leaned forward, or perhaps it could strengthen it. Earth offers something unique, a new perspective on quantum physics, unbound by conventional theories. The truth was more dramatic than they knew. Humanity wasn't just offering a new perspective, they were demonstrating capabilities that challenged the Council's fundamental understanding of consciousness and quantum mechanics. Every human operator connected to the defense grid was proof that consciousness itself could transcend classical physics. We propose an alternative, Marcus continued. Instead of integration protocols, let's discuss collaboration protocols. Earth can offer insights into quantum phenomena that your civilizations have been struggling to understand. The quantum sensors detected spikes of both interest and alarm from the delegation. The Vectari's biological systems were particularly agitated. Their entire civilization was built on the assumption that their biotechnology represented the peak of evolution. Through his neural link, Marcus received a message from Dr. Santos. They're scanning the building again. Their confusion is increasing. They can't understand how we're generating these quantum effects without massive machinery. Marcus suppressed a smile. The Council species had spent millennia developing technology to manipulate quantum fields. They couldn't grasp that humans could do it naturally, their consciousness extending into quantum dimensions that alien science barely understood. Your proposal requires careful consideration, the collective representative stated, their energy form flickering with complex patterns. The implications for galactic stability are exactly why this is necessary, Marcus finished. The galaxy is changing. Wouldn't you prefer to face those changes with humanity as allies rather than subordinates? The quantum sensors detected a shift in the delegation's neural patterns. They were beginning to realize that their choices were limited. Either accept humanity as equals now, or risk facing them as rivals later. Marcus stood, his neural interface connecting him to Earth's entire defense network. Through it, he could feel the quantum pulses of every human operator, their consciousness intertwined with the fabric of space-time itself. The Council delegation had no idea they were sitting in a room with beings who could perceive reality in ways their species had never evolved to understand. Take all the time you need to consider, he said smoothly. Earth will continue its development while you decide. We simply thought you might prefer to be part of that development rather than observers of it. The message was clear. Humanity would advance with or without the Council's blessing. The age of passive observation was over. Now the Watchers had to decide whether to accept their former subjects as equals or risk being left behind by a species that had evolved beyond their understanding. Trial by fire. The first attack came without warning. The Vectari, unwilling to accept humanity's rapid advancement, launched a preemptive strike against Earth's orbital defenses. Their living ships emerged from quantum space, bioweapons primed. They found empty space where Earth's primitive satellites should have been. The real defense grid, hidden in quantum fields that human consciousness could generate naturally, remained invisible. Admiral Chen's voice echoed through the neural network. All units execute pattern Sigma. Show them what humanity can do. Earth's quantum fleet materialized around the Vectari ships. Captain Rodriguez led the first wave. His consciousness merged with his vessel's quantum fields. The alien ship's biological weapons, designed to target specific neural patterns, found themselves attacking empty space while human vessels struck from dimensions the Vectari couldn't perceive. They cannot comprehend our attack vectors, Rodriguez reported through the quantum network. Their biotech expects linear responses. We're hitting them from quantum angles their sensors can't process. The battle unfolded across multiple dimensions of reality. While the Vectari ships fought in conventional space, human vessels shifted through quantum states, appearing and disappearing faster than alien technology could track. Each human pilot's consciousness extended into the quantum realm, turning their ships into extensions of human thought rather than mere machines. The Council's other species watched in stunned silence as their most advanced military force found itself outmaneuvered by what they had considered a primitive civilization. The Arxa fleet moved to intervene, but froze when Earth's quantum grid revealed its full extent, a web of consciousness-driven technology that encompassed the entire solar system. Attention Council forces, Admiral Chen broadcast on all frequencies. The Vectari attack constitutes a violation of galactic law. Earth's response will be proportional but decisive. The human fleet demonstrated capabilities that shocked even their allies among the Council species. Ships phased through enemy fire, their human pilots instinctively navigating quantum fields that alien civilizations needed massive computers to detect. Weapons fired not from fixed points in space, but from probability vectors that only human consciousness could calculate in real time. Within hours, the Vectari fleet was in retreat, their living ships badly damaged by weapons they couldn't detect until impact. The remaining Council vessels held position, their sensors trying desperately to understand how Earth had achieved such impossible advances. Dr. Santos, monitoring the quantum signatures from Earth Command, detected something extraordinary. Admiral, the human pilots, their quantum sensitivity is evolving during combat. They're learning to perceive new dimensions of reality. The battle had awakened something in human consciousness. Each pilot who merged with their ship's quantum systems found their awareness expanding, perceiving layers of reality that even Earth's scientists hadn't theorized. The quantum defense grid, powered by human thought, grew stronger with each passing moment. The collective's representatives were the first to understand the full implications. That energy-based consciousness could perceive aspects of quantum reality that other Council species couldn't, and what they saw terrified them. Humanity wasn't just using advanced technology, they were evolving beyond the need for it. As the last Vectari ships fled into quantum space, Earth's true position in the galaxy had been irrevocably established. They weren't an emerging civilization to be guided. They were a quantum-conscious species whose potential exceeded anything the Council had encountered. Admiral Chen stood in the command center, connected to every human defender through the quantum network. Their consciousness resonated together, creating patterns in quantum space that alien sensors registered as impossible anomalies. The trial by fire had proven not just Earth's military capabilities, but the fundamental difference between human consciousness and alien minds. The Council would have to accept a new reality. Humanity had emerged not as students to be taught, but as beings who experienced quantum reality as naturally as others experienced classical physics. The galaxy's power structure would never be the same. New dawn. In the aftermath of the Vectari attack, Earth emerged as a focal point of galactic politics. The Galactic Observation Council's emergency session convened in Earth's quantum-enhanced UN chamber, where human consciousness could monitor every quantum fluctuation of the alien delegates. Ambassador Williams addressed the assembled species. The recent conflict demonstrated that traditional models of civilization advancement no longer apply. Humanity offers a new path forward, one of mutual evolution rather than hierarchical development. The truth about human consciousness had shaken galactic society to its core. Dr. Santos' latest research confirmed what the battle had suggested. Human quantum sensitivity was still evolving. Each interaction with advanced technology expanded human awareness of quantum reality. We're detecting new patterns in human neural networks, she reported to the combined Earth Council Science Committee. Our consciousness naturally extends into quantum dimensions that your species need technology to access. We don't just use quantum mechanics, we're part of it. The implications transformed galactic scientific understanding. The collective's energy beings were particularly interested in human consciousness, recognizing patterns similar to their own quantum existence. The ARGSA began redesigning their crystalline technology to accommodate human quantum intuition. Even the defeated Vectari sent observers to study how biological systems could achieve quantum consciousness. Admiral Chen oversaw the integration of Earth's defense capabilities with Council forces, but on humanity's terms. Our strength isn't in our weapons, he explained to alien military leaders. It's in our ability to perceive and interact with reality in ways your systems can't predict. Through the quantum network, humanity began sharing its unique perspective on the universe. Human consciousness could navigate probability spaces that alien quantum computers took years to calculate. This natural ability revolutionized everything from space travel to communications. Captain Rodriguez, now heading the Joint Earth Council Defense Academy, found that human pilots could teach alien species new ways of thinking about quantum space. We don't just fly through it, he told his mixed species classes. We feel it, intuit it, become part of it. The galaxy entered a new era of exploration and discovery. Human quantum consciousness opened paths that millennia of alien technology hadn't revealed. The Council's rigid hierarchy transformed into a collaborative network of civilizations, each contributing unique perspectives to understanding the universe. Dr. Santos' final report to the Joint Council summed up humanity's journey. We were never meant to be passive observers of quantum reality. Our consciousness evolved to be active participants in it. The universe isn't just something we study, it's something we're part of. As Earth's quantum fleet prepared for its first official mission beyond known space, humanity had fulfilled a destiny none had imagined. They hadn't just joined galactic civilization, they had transformed it, challenging fundamental assumptions about consciousness, technology, and the nature of reality itself. The Watchers had become partners, the students had become teachers, and the galaxy had awakened to new possibilities that only human consciousness could perceive. The dawn of a new age had arrived, written not in the stars, but in the quantum fabric of space-time itself, where human thought danced with the fundamental forces of the universe.